der spricht sozusagen, ist dann im
okay.
Genau. Aber du kannst es zwar einstellen, wenn du oben auf dieses Galerieansicht-Ding da klickst, dann sind alle gleichzeitig sozusagen zu sehen.
Wo ist es genau?
Wenn man der rechts spricht, so rechts ist dann
okay.
Genau, aber dann sind so alle gleichzeitig.
Okay, wir sind live. We are live.
We are live.
Hi.
After all the technical difficulties.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
So maybe I introduce Nargis. She's from Bombay, right?
Yes, I'm from Bombay.
And then we have Vimal from Bangalore.
Hello.
And Pavas from Berlin.
Hello.
And Vatsalan, where are you right now?
Right now in Königswinter.
Okay.
Near Bonn.
Perfect. And then of course we have Zepide.
Hi. Hey. Hi.
Yeah, I think some people might join in later, and so we can maybe just start. Zepi, maybe if you like to, first of all, say something general, what you wanted to say about the exhibition.
Yes, I just want to thank you, all the creatives who participated in our online exhibition. It was a big pleasure to have you here. You are very amazing. You inspired me a lot. Even if I don't know you, I really feel connected to you. And I just want to thank you that you are all here now.
Thank you, Zepide.
Thank you.
So maybe we start with the people in India, since it's late. So maybe Nargis, maybe you can tell us, how did you experience the whole thing, and how was it for you?
Yeah, so I am away from home. I'm not right now in Mumbai. I am at my grandmother's house, which is away from Mumbai, away from my studio. So it was a very boring lockdown to begin with, but then when Manoj told me about internet, it got exciting. That's when everything started for me, and I've been enjoying the lockdown since then, actually. So it not just for the exhibition, but through this whole thing, it really helped me a lot.
And I remember you said in the interview that your creativity also increased during the lockdown. So were you able to work at your grandmother's place?
Yeah, so I carried a few supplies with me, and my laptop and iPad and such things. In my studio, I used to get, I think, distracted with all the things that I had. And here, since I had very limited resources, I just managed to do 100 things with 5 things available. So what to make became like a thing that I kept thinking about more than what to use new. So that way, I think creativity increased for me a lot.
Cool. And Vimal, how was it for you to be part again?
Yeah, we've been working together for, I don't know, over a month now.
Yeah.
And as usual, it's a great experience working with you, Manoj, especially. And apart from that, while working on the website and, working behind the scenes, I also took some time out. Remember, a few days I said I wanted to work on my showcase, and managed to pull it off. So I am really happy that you decided to take this virtual in spite of the circumstances, because last year was such a great experience, and I was really looking forward to this year. And when this whole thing happened, I was so sad. But then when you announced the virtual one, I got super excited, and then I dropped all the other projects and worked. So super happy.
Welcome Asuf, welcome Ritu, welcome Aradhana, welcome Fazil.
Hi, how you doing?
Thanks.
Hi.
thanks, Rimmel, for your input. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi. Hello.
So, have you? Maybe we start with Fazl, or we continue with Fazl, because I don't know if everyone saw his performance, which was the final performance. So maybe Fazl, I really would like to hear how you experienced the whole thing, and then I have also some questions, and maybe Sepide as well, regarding your regarding the whole context of this performance, because as I said, a lot of people might not know about this specific Indian identity and colonial history. So, Fazl.
Well, hi everyone. First of all, really nice to somehow be together after all. Actually, super exciting for me to be part of this very festival, the INDERNET Indian Inspired Contemporary Art Festival. It's the first in its kind for me, and it is so special as well because indeed I was born and raised in the Netherlands, in the city of The Hague, which knows the largest population of Surinamese Hindustanis. And this is also the city where I was born. And the history of Surinamese Hindustani, well, obviously starts in India, but then continues during colonialism under indentured servitude, which was a Dutch colony in Latin America, right? And in 1873, the first boat arrived to Suriname. But at that time, the British had already installed quite a system of bringing basically forced labor migrants all over the world, particularly in the Caribbean, which is the history I belong to. So, and Suriname is a very multicultural country. Many different cultures exist there: Chinese, Indonesians, the Afro-Surinamese, of course, because the enslaved people from Africa who arrived to Suriname, and the indigenous communities. So I'm very much shaped by that, and my work is also mostly about that. Really, this multicultural realities.
So how would you describe decolonizing rituals, and also related to your performance by the beach in The Hague, which was really intense, like intense performance. So if someone doesn't know anything about the context, how would you connect, or are you able to explain?
Yes. And of course, I will try to keep it really short because I can talk for hours about decolonization. But I think what is most important to emphasize about decolonization is that the term came actually, I mean, it started from the very moment colonization started, right? So it started very much from this basic principle of the colonized people in resistance, trying to get their lands back. Well, nowadays it has entered into academia, and it has a lot of theoretical dimensions, and also it's been entering much more into popular culture. So that the fight for decolonization also is kind of opposed to what post-colonial theories say, and that is that colonization is still very present. All the mechanisms that colonization brought about, including racism, is still existing and very much alive today. So we are still fighting against it, and I think it's a very multifaceted process of both decolonizing the mind, the body, the soul, our space and time. For me, it's not so much about claiming land or reclaiming land. Actually, it is about claiming land. I'm claiming the Netherlands. But it is also very much for me a spiritual process, and I think this is what I'm mostly doing in my work. I'm trying to give a visual life to the spiritual process of decolonization, and that literally means connecting with our ancestors, connecting with pain and trauma, also death and erasure of our ancestors were brought all over the world during colonialism. But it also is a way of transforming, right? I'm a person that is very much kind of focused on that because I think that pain and trauma is so often silenced, and we're always reminded of just moving on, and we're also reminded of our resilience. And I think these things are all very, very important. But I also feel that there is still so much to learn and understand that particular pain. The pain of being disconnected to many of our people. So this is also why being part of this festival is so special to me, because of course it feels a bit like, I mean, I've been seeing really incredible art, and it's very beautiful to see how this multiculturalism, if I may say, is residing within all of us, right? Because India is multicultural, but also because our realities are not just fixed by the borders of a nation state, right? We live in a globalized world, and you can see that really coming back to your aesthetics. So it also does in my work. In this specific work, I mean, in general, I'm interested in the state of trance through dance. And I'm mostly inspired by Sufi dance rituals of Gnawa, which has another history of its own, but is a tradition that belongs to Morocco, I would say, mostly, and West African slaves. Zar, which is also actually a tradition. I think I'm kind of investigating a bit to what extent it also exists in India, but it's also a Sufi dance ritual, and the Afro-Surinamese Winti culture. And they inform me a lot. So I'm kind of also negotiating with it. This is what you can see in the film. And the sea, of course, because this is where our ancestors have been traveling. It's where a lot of false promises have been made. They had no idea where they were going to go to. They were forced to be there on that trip. No idea of how long that trip was going to take. And it's the place where we have lost a lot of souls. So being there to see during this time was quite, special. Also because here in the Netherlands, it was possible for us, right, to leave our house. So making this kind of film during this time added that dynamic to it. Actually negotiating with the freedom, but still going back into also the prison of the trauma that we still carry with us. So I said short, right? So I hope this was short.
Cool. Zippy, do you have any questions to anyone specific? Otherwise, I would also just continue with whoever is around. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard Sepide before, because she was very inspired, or she said like thank you to everyone that everyone was to meet so many new people and to see so much creativity. So maybe Ritu, how did you experience the whole thing, the whole exhibition and the process?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
I just would like to know how you experienced the whole thing. How did you like INDERNET? And because for us, of course, it was something new as well, and we didn't know how it would turn out and how the people would perceive it and how they would get involved. And
So I had a chat with Vimal day before, after I think the first day. And I think what I really liked, I mean, it was great to be a part of this for the very first time, of course. But what I've never been to the offline ones. I haven't, which was supposed to happen this year. But thanks to 2020, that's not going to happen for anybody. But what I really liked the most about this whole online edition, I think, was just somehow through the interviews, you get this little peek into how a person is thinking, right? So like all these artists sitting down here, I think the best part about all of it was watching them talk about multiple things and all these interesting questions you guys have sent across. So it's like getting a glimpse into how a person could be in real life, or how they perceive a bunch of topics, the wide array of discussions that we had, be it stereotypes or
the political connection to their artwork and everything. And I'm losing the. I think what else did I like? I'm also a little nervous. Okay, like I said, this is my first Zoom call. Okay, so I'm just gonna go on blabbering for a long time if I don't stop right now. So, but I just also want to take this moment to just like really thank you, Manoj, and everybody here for making me a part of this. And it was really great to go through everybody's artwork. I do have a couple of favorites, but I'm not going to get into name taking right now. And especially given that everybody had different mediums like photography or painting, taking a picture of their paintings, and then you had different mediums. I don't know, like AI, like what Vimal did, which I still don't understand as much. So I'm just very thankful. You guys have made my this 2020. It feels like something really happened, So
Cool.
which I wasn't sure of. So yes, thank you. I guess I'm gonna let it go to somebody else now who wants to talk. Yes.
Asuf, how are you?
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, no, it was really nice to be part of it. I'm in London, but I was planning to come join you in Cologne, which I was looking really forward to. But like Rita says, it's just can't be happening. But I like the energy with the whole festival. I mean, I like the way you did it. You had that kind of anticipation, and I had to kind of look every day. Even though I had my own deadlines for an essay and stuff, but I was kind of dipping in and out. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. No, it's really good.
Costanza, welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you for letting me in. I was a little late.
Are you back in Italy?
Yes, I'm in Milano.
Okay, great. So yeah, Costanza is of course also has been part of INDERNET right from the beginning. She's basically behind the whole beautiful illustration about like the animals that we have every year. So and every year she did some amazing work. So how did you experience it this time? I mean, this time you couldn't meet, you weren't around, but you still did a lot. So how was it for you?
It was interesting because on one hand it was like I was really missing the energy of being there and really spending time with everybody, and the whole time before the exhibition and then after and in between, and the parties and the connection. But on the other hand, I feel that it became a broader connection somehow. So I feel that I could see the work and somehow connect to people through these super nice interviews that I wouldn't have seen in another way. So it created something different, but maybe even more powerful. I'm very happy about this, and I'm looking forward to meet you all in person.
Yeah, hopefully next year. See, Vatsalan, you had the chance to actually be in the venue where we recorded your dance performance. So how was it for you?
Sorry,
Can you hear me, Vatsalan?
You're breaking, Manoj.
Sorry? I'm breaking up?
Yeah. But now...
Okay, I'll try again. But Vatsalan, I was asking, like, you were one of the few artists who had the chance to actually perform in the empty venue where we were usually having the exhibition. So how was it for you to perform in the empty space and to become part of the virtual exhibition that way?
It was an amazing experience, actually, Manoj. And the funny thing is, actually, I wouldn't have been in Cologne. I would have been in Argentina, right?
Oh, yeah.
So thanks to 2020, I'm here in Germany, locked in.
Oh, really?
Which is a good thing, because I wouldn't have been a part of this all, and I'm so happy. The whole collaboration with the musicians was great, and also the performance was a very different experience as well. And actually, exactly as Constanza said, it created kind of a community. I feel also very connected to so many of you, and I feel like I would love. I mean, as a dancer, I'm maybe in a different field than so many others, maybe beside Faisal. But then still, I feel maybe we can create something like together. And my mind is like going in different directions, like maybe a composition created by artwork, a work as well as dance and different other.
Yeah, so that's
maybe
a good,
for next year.
yeah, that's a good point. We were also wondering how this could go on, like what you guys maybe have in mind as well, or if you have any ideas how to improve things, and what could be done as well, considering or hoping that next year we can have both, like the digital and of course the physical experience again, hopefully. So yeah, that would be really interesting how to keep that kind of connected vibe that we created with the internet now, and how to bring that also to a place again, and yeah, and what possibilities could be there. So we are of course also always open for your ideas. As you said, but maybe there can be even like a production that can be worked on together, so let's see.
Well, I think just to jump in, like a radio, like a live radio with interviews and music. You combine a few things where there's more kind of activity going on real time that you can kind of jump into and out. And you're seeing a lot of these Zoom chats now and interviews and things, which are even on Instagram. We got live tools as well. So I think, just a little, what's been happening through the whole lockdown. If you want to keep that going as part of the physical exhibition, I think there's great opportunities now. Definitely.
Aradhana, you're in Bombay, right? Can you hear us?
Hi, yes,
Hi.
I can
Now
hear
we
you.
can.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Manoj. Everyone, lot of virtual kisses.
Aradhana was in Cologne for the first exhibition. We didn't know at that time, and she was there luckily, and ever since we are in touch, and so now she's a big supporter of INDERNET as well, or has become part of it. So how did you experience it as as someone who lives in India and who's not part of, like, who's not one of the artists, but rather like a supporter of INDERNET or part of the team?
So basically, you guys have to really listen to it. It's a pretty long story, but I'll try to cut it short. But since you all have time right now, so it's cool. So when I first walked into the exhibition the first time, it was really like mind-blowing experience for me, because I haven't been introduced to that part of artist and that kind of line of work. I come from a very different line of work, and my world is very small in that way. I work in Bollywood, and that's all I know for living, So basically, when I walked into it, and I was in Germany, and my husband is German, so I try to get a sense of Germany also through his lens. But I'm very much an Indian that way. So when I walked into it, my mind was blown. Like, with the kind of what the artists were doing and the things that were happening around and the way the exhibition was put up. It was really beautiful. It has, like, from my end, it was very sleek, very beautiful, very minimalistic, but every artist was showcased beautifully at that first time when I'd come. And then I meet this really, like, this Indian boy. I got very excited to see another Indian, amongst the whites. Let's not say black and white these days. It's all very, controversial. But when I saw this Indian boy, I was so excited. I went to him and I was like, hi, I love the exhibition. And, but he wasn't as Indian as I thought he would be, because he's German. You guys should know he's really a German. So I was like, okay, then maybe. So my husband, he's German, he's Indian, like he's whatever, he's born here, but he's not Indian, he's German, he's Indian. And I got totally confused. But there was something about it that left a mark on my mind and my heart, because I thought his sensibilities are really beautiful, because the kind of artist he picked up, the kind of thing that were exhibited would really speak to platforms across and to people across, because it's a different sort of representation for me, who's an Indian, to see my own artist and my own people who are living around. And that was very beautiful. It was really very emotional experience for me. And then somehow Manoj and me stayed in touch. I left a note on him in his book, and I was really like, I picked up a bag and I showed off in Bombay everywhere with that Wi-Fi thing. And I think I became like a really hip girl with this really cool, inventive thing with me. And then that's it. And then Manoj and me have been in touch, and we try to figure out what we can do and how we can connect on this platform. And that's all about it. So this year, I really chewed his head. He was really kind enough to call me and say that if we can be part of it or we can do something together. And then I really cracked his head and I said, let's have an internet present, let's do this, let's do that, let's do like Instagram and all that. And somehow he was so sweet. He accommodated all my crazy ideas. And like that Wi-Fi thing which Vimal created, we created that campaign with all the people around. So all those cute little things happened. And then Manoj is very gracious as a person. He's not very controlling. And he's very systematic and lovely. Oh, Manoj doesn't like compliments too, so it's fine. And through Manoj, then I met Pavas, an extremely talented person, and Tor Teri also, or no? Yeah, we don't know. So he's basically, and his kitchen, and he cooks very well. I met him in Bombay, and it was fabulous. And I mean, I'm meeting all you beautiful people and getting to share your stories and how you guys are doing such incredible work makes me feel very humble. And I love you guys. Thank you so much, Manoj. Thank you so much, Pavas,
and
for everything.
Thanks to everyone. I mean, I would like to also, thank all the people who supported this time. Like, because Seppi did, like this time, it's always good to have also a sparring partner, because if you have ideas and you always need people around to exchange, because you also don't know if it's always the right thing to do. So other than it, I was also really happy about your input, because I'm actually not that much of a Instagram person, and doing this wasn't planned, because the idea was to have pre-produced content which has quality content, and which is not like in bad sound quality, bad video quality, but still create a kind of live experience. But of course, it was amazing to have so much support. I mean, Pavas, he was around the whole time, making sure that I don't starve. And Seppi there.
Say, hey, is someone there in the room?
Yeah, exactly. And Vimal, like, he really worked really, really hard. I think I was, a nightmare for him, like the last 2 months. He's the one who also created the whole website, and who was also there last year. He was supposed to come this year. Also, like Ritu, you were also supposed to come this year. And and Ajosh, he is here around as well. He was, he's the film guy, or one of the film guy. Another friend, Kai Hatterman, he also supported us with the video shooting in the venue, and and all the translation. Even Vatsalan, he helped us doing subtitles, and it was really, we got a lot of support this time. Hi Roshni, how are you?
Unmute your microphone, yeah.
Hi, yes, I just unmuted. Hi guys, hi everyone.
Hi Roshni.
How are you? How did you experience the whole thing? Are you?
Oh, it was fantastic. I think you've done an amazing job. I mean, I think we were all a little disappointed that we couldn't come to Cologne, but this was even better. I think so many people could see it online, and I think you should probably think of integrating this in the future anyway. So I guess it's a good it's a good way to have a both online and offline experience. Yeah, it's the quality of all the curation, the people who joined, it was just fantastic. Even the editing of the videos was so well done. I must compliment whoever's done that.
Did it all together.
Great stuff. No, really, just very, very, very well done. Very well curated. It was really
Roshni, that
fun.
is also one of my thing with Manoj, that it should anyways be like now online, and people should have a virtual tour and be part of it, even if it physically is happening, whenever, like 2021. Yeah, because it connects to the more people, and that's what even I realized, and I think we all realized together who were behind that because if you were in Germany and only those people would have seen it, and if they don't have any awareness, they will miss it. But this time, because the timing was also right, like, and how Kostela has said that, the experience was more powerful. I feel the experience was more powerful because so many people were able to connect, and in whatever way things are happening, and because people are home and they saw it and they really felt like in Bombay, I can say that there were so many of my friends who had no idea about this, and they also got connected, and also so much of work, and they saw Chandra's meditation, and they were like, wow, man, like a girl doing this amazing thing, and different stuff, and it opens up your brain, and I think that Manu should really consider this as a part of vertical. We should just keep going with the virtual thing, I think.
I mean, of course, ideally, we would like to have you here in one space, so where we can sit next to each other and talk to each other, have a kind of, panel talk and performances, and then ideally, stream that live. But of course, this year it wasn't possible. But that could be, one, like something I...
no, for sure. And now that you know how it's done and what, I'm sure you learned a lot of things on this, in this session. You can definitely take it to the next level. Maybe Vimal can do a virtual walkthrough of the festival next year.
He can do anything. Can just walk through. He's a magician.
He's a magician, yeah.
Yeah, great. So, Zepi, is there anything else that we wanted to talk about or ask? Maybe, I don't know. I don't have.
How long is it gonna stay online? I wanted to ask. Maybe everybody knows and I don't know.
Actually, since we, I think we're gonna take it offline and also take a break, basically, because I think what was difficult this time, since we were busy producing everything and setting up everything, we were not really able to interact with the people, and I think therefore we need to take some break, and maybe optimize some things, and hopefully we're gonna do a rerun, and so we're still thinking of how to make the content accessible.
I think you should keep it on maybe for a week longer, just so that those people who have missed it, because we've put up posts on Instagram, so I know people who haven't seen it in the last 3 days, especially the people who are showed up on the third day, right? Maybe give them a little bit of buffer.
So I think we had this discussion also, Manoj. Remember that we were saying that we put up these videos on Instagram because that's where we can compress it and keep it for a longer period of time. So I think this is one area we will explore after they have taken a break and a little bit ease out, and before pulling it off, maybe we create a version for the Instagram day 1, day 2, day 3, and have would be able to showcase all the artists, and it's like a recap of the whole exhibition any which ways.
I think for us it was also important to still have a kind of event feeling, so that that you have to be there, and and that it's not that it doesn't become like a website, a portfolio website where you can just see the content the whole time, because there's also exclusive content, and we weren't able to pay any artist fees, so that's also something to consider, right? Of course, it's also about showing the people that there's a lot of amazing stuff, but making it also accessible.
A little bit exclusive,
so I think it's important.
Maybe you can keep
especially
the website on, put a password on it or something. It's such a great website. It'd be so sad to just pull it down.
I mean, I think we can already start can already start to create new content for next year.
No, I mean, maybe it could be like an outshoot from your Masala Movement website where, maybe your subscribers can get an exclusive sort of, only if they put the password in, or only if they buy. So I don't know. You could maybe create some sort of, keep it. I'm just saying, don't put it down. Just keep it for a while.
Let's see.
I really actually want to spend my time and sit and go through everyone's, because I could do about 4 or 5 people at a time, but it's quite expensive. So
any other opinions on any other opinions on the availability of the content? Because I think, for example, Asuf is doing video art, so I think it's also important that it's not accessible the whole time, right? So that's like
Yeah, I mean, for example, art videos are sold through, or copyrights are sold through agents, so that they're paid for and broadcasted within cinemas or an exhibition. So that's the little bit of the nature of art films, for example, or even installation. I mean, installations, you have photographs of your art installation as a document anyway, that can live on the online website anyway. But the more the event based exhibitions and film, I think there is some kind of parameters with that.
Sure.
And Fazil, for example, like the Fazil's performance or video is actually like the beginning of something bigger, right? You guys are planning to do a short film, so that's also something that it's basically just a teaser or a preview, right? So that's also something to consider, that it's an evolving process, and whatever like we showing now, or Nargis, you were also saying that you have some or someone has some exclusive rights on the images, So of course, people always every year they ask, hey, can we buy some stuff, or why are you not selling stuff, So I think it's also there are different sensibilities, so to say, regarding the content. Yeah, so let's see. I mean, I guess as I said, we need a break, and then let's. I'm sure we'll find
so,
a way.
Manoj, just a question about dealing with so much content. I mean, do you feel it's more than the physical show, exhibition or the event?
Yeah,
I mean, I imagine you're like drowned in content. I mean,
I mean, honestly speaking, the idea was like to ask as many people as possible that that we like and that we would like to showcase, but we didn't expect that everyone said like, yes, I'm in. So so that's why it turned out to be like a content monster, but it was great.
Amazing job. I mean, organizing and being so on top of it, and go further with like really creative videos. I mean, that's really pushing yourself.
Yeah, as I said, I had a lot of help, and we couldn't even implement everything yet. Like Zepida did all the, German text or even the English text. So, we haven't had the time, since there was so much content to how you say, paste all the German content yet. So till the last minute, we were like 4 or 5 different people working on the subtitles. Because as you might know, the Google automated translation can be very funny, right, Pavas? Because Pavas Kitchen was translated to Poverty's Kitchen, for example. And these kind of things.
So. And I have a Poverty's Kitchen, yes. Well, it's actually true. They're not too far away.
Cool. So I don't think anyone else is joining, so I don't know if we should wrap up this session, or is anything else that you would like to say, or Seppi, is there anything else we would like to know, or would you like to sing a song? Should we sing a song all together?
Yeah, we sing a song for us.
We should have raised the toast.
Yeah. We should raise the toast to Manoj and all of the students. They've done a fantastic job. Really, it's phenomenal what you put together in 1 month.
Thanks to everyone. I mean, as I said,
thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you guys, really. Thanks everyone.
Yes.
I hope, as I said also in the intro, I hope this is just the beginning, and I hope everyone also gets inspired and also motivated to stay part of this, because as most of you know, it's not that I would like to how you say, be considered as like someone who's doing like amazing work, because it's more like I want to make the amazing work visible. So like as I tell everyone, if you guys want to get involved more, like please feel free, because that's the idea. It's not that it's my
Yeah.
baby or anything. I think Zippy, I hope you can confirm that if someone is motivated and would like to be part and support it, then I also give a lot of freedom. And so therefore it would be good to. That's just something that I would like you to know. That it's like a mutual thing, and it wouldn't be anything without the people who participate. Sending in content in time, and and everything, and giving the feedback as well. So yeah.
We love you, Manoj.
Love you too. So shall we wrap up? Anything else that you would like to share, or no? Right?
Just saying that I hope everyone can watch the cooking and does not know how to make the bhaturas or chole. You can try it out at home. And about the drink, you can try that as well, but just be easy on the content of the drink. What it is.
Bhavas, I'm going to make it and send you the video and tag the internet on it. And
Please.
you.
Yeah, please
The
do it.
kitchen.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Perfect. So.
But Ritu, I want to tell you that I really love your work. You are every time I was talking about to somebody, I always said Ritu is. I'm like looking at it. Not that I mean any bad or any less of any other artist, but I think you are phenomenal. Like my personal favorite.
That means a lot. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. You're making me a lot more awkward than I already was. But thank you. I really appreciate it.
Ritu, don't worry.
You're
You're
welcome.
changing to me in February also. It's fine. It's okay. It changes every few months with Aradhana, so it's okay.
But that's we are artistic people. We are allowed to grow. Ritu, we are allowed to grow, isn't it? As artists, you're also not the same as what you were last year, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess. Of course.
Correct. So, yes.
Yeah, so I hope really that we can meet all in person soon, next year or the day after, or even if there's stuff coming up in your places, in your countries, let's see what we can do together, and how we can take this forward would be great.
Yeah.
Nice one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Zippy, what's the final
Thank you,
song?
guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for the contribution. And Manoj, I'll see you in a second.
Yeah.
From the
What the
other
hell?
room.
This is so.
Say bye to Ajosh as well.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Nice evening,
Guys,
everyone.
have a good
Bye.
time.
Thank you.
Is he wearing a mask? Is he wearing a mask?
No, it's his beard.
It's beard.
Okay.
I'm going to change your glasses soon. Seriously?
Cool. And of course, and as soon as I see you, you will get this as well.
Yeah.
I wanted.
I only have mine.
You already got it, Bhavas? I'm not so happy about this. Oh, you have that.
Look at Stepida's ball behind. Well, I have.
That's
I
the
saw
postcard.
that. Yeah, so cool. I want that too.
It's all about time.
Oh, wow. That's the sketch? Was that the
The
first sketch?
sketch. Yeah.
Ah, nice. Amazing. Cool.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So thank you, everyone, and hope to see you very soon and
Congratulations.
next year. And yeah,
Yeah, well done.
all the best.
See you.
See you.
Bye. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.